Hey y'all. Oh my god, this is so sad what I'm about to show y'all. Okay, this article was published today. The police have found a 3-year-old little girl inside of a duffel bag in the closet of her home. Okay, originally the mother had said that the child was missing, but then gave the police authorization to search the home for whatever reason, and then they find the baby. I mean, this has just got me so upset, okay, because there's too many people out here, y'all, that don't need children and don't deserve them. You know? I mean, I just don't understand where people are getting their parenting skills from. But, it's really making me feel like, before a mother, okay, I mean, yeah, fathers too, but a mother, who 9 times out of 10, regardless of whatever, the mother is stuck with the child. I feel like before parents leave a hospital with a child, it's getting to the point to where, maybe they need some parenting classes. Maybe that should be like the requirement before you can even be allowed to keep your kid. Like, I don't know. I know it might sound crazy, and I'm sure a lot of people wouldn't agree with that, because they want to do whatever they want to do. But when people just do whatever they want, things like this happen. And I just cannot believe what I'm about to read y'all. It just disgusts me. Okay, it says 3-year-old girl found dead in duffel bag in closet. Mother arrested. Police have arrested a woman in Las Vegas who had said her daughter wandered off before officers found the girl's body in a duffel bag in a closet. The incident began when officers arrived to investigate a report of a missing 3-year-old August 23rd, just before 10 p.m. The Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department said in a statement Friday. The mother, Aisha Thomas, told officers she was walking to a store with 4 kids when the 3-year-old wandered off while she was talking with someone else. Thomas gave police a key to her apartment, and while searching the closet in the master bedroom, an officer noticed a wet, moldy smell coming from a black duffel bag, according to the arrest report. The officers found layers of trash bags in the bag and a girl who wasn't breathing and was cold to the touch. She had abrasions and bruises on her head. Thomas repeated her initial story that the child had wandered off, according to the report, before admitting, before admitting the 3-year-old had wet herself and Thomas hit her on the head. That makes me so mad, and I'm about to talk about that in a minute. But this is the mother, and just to let y'all know, this is not, this is a different mugshot, okay? It says it was an undated mugshot. So I don't know if this is, the one for this case or what. It just says undated, so I don't have a clue. But if it is, it's way too late to be crying now. She should have been thinking about her actions before she did it. It says, okay, now after she hit her on the head, it says right here, the 3-year-old wet herself, which means she peed in her clothes. And the mother hit the baby on the head. Then the little girl fell to the ground and wouldn't stop crying, according to the report. And Thomas said she tried to quiet her and gave her water. Thomas, who was arrested last Friday, told police she left the apartment for about 10 minutes. And when she came back, the girl was wrapped in a blanket in the master bedroom, the report said. Her daughter wasn't breathing, so Thomas said she panicked and wrapped the girl in multiple trash bags before putting her inside a duffel bag and putting the bag in the closet. Thomas, 29, was arrested for 1 count of murder. The 3 other children at the scene were put in the care of Child Protective Services. Thomas has not yet entered a plea, but plans to plead not guilty at the first available opportunity, her public defender Sarah Hawkins told ABC News Wednesday. Hawkins declined to comment further. Thomas's preliminary hearing is scheduled for October 1st. Ooh, that's on my birthday. Okay. You know, this situation right here, it irritates me so bad because, you know, I hate to hear about how people beat their children for having an accident. This little girl's 3 years old. 3 years old. Dang, she's not allowed to have an accident? I mean, really. You know, and beating them or hitting them does not make it any better. Now you're traumatizing the kid and you're putting fear in them. Okay? And, you know, which from a psychological aspect can cause other problems. Okay, now I'm not saying don't discipline your child. Okay, that's a whole different ball game. You know, I mean, I don't believe in beating a child to death, but yes, if you need, I do believe in spanking. Yes, I sure do. So it's like, you know, yes, if your kid gets out of line, yes, you have the right to pop them or spank them, you know, or whatever is appropriate, you know, for the child and the situation or whatever, okay? But this I do not agree with. You know, it's one thing, you know, I mean, I can't even say that. I mean, you got to understand. Nobody wants to pee on themselves, okay? No one just says, you know what, I'm just gonna piss in my clothes today. People don't do that, okay? I mean, if you do that, then there's something wrong that is making you think that way, okay? Which would also be like, okay, they're not capable of thinking properly for themselves. You understand what I'm saying? Like, in a right state of mind, nobody wants to wet their clothes. Accidents happen. Everyone is human. You know, adults have accidents. So you can't tell me that if it's okay for an adult to have an accident, and that's exactly what it is, an accident, a 3-year-old little girl who's just learning, you know, what to do and stuff like that, dang, they're not allowed to have an accident either. That's crazy. You know, and for her to hit this child in the head, why does the kid need to be hit in the head because she peed in her clothes? And if she had cuts and bruises and abrasions on her head, she must have been hitting this girl multiple times in the head. Why would you hit your child in the head? People don't realize that hitting someone in the head can cause a lot of issues. You know, if you hit a child too hard or hit anyone in the head too hard, you can give them a concussion. You know, and I'm assuming that that's what this baby girl had. If the story that the mother is giving us is correct, you know, she only hit her in the head, which, I mean, it is obvious she did hit her in the head. And that's what I'm assuming. She probably had a concussion and probably died from that. You know, and that is so, that it pisses me off. It really does. It pisses me off so bad to know that this baby died for peeing in her clothes. When it wouldn't have taken but a second for this woman to be an actual mother, clean the little girl up, change her clothes, and go on about their day. You know, and anyone out here who is beating their children for, wetting the bed or having an accident, really rethink that. Seriously, like, y'all really need to rethink this, because that is not right. That's not right at all. And I'm not none of us are perfect. No parents are perfect, and our babies don't come home with an instruction guide. I understand that. But there's a right way and a wrong way to go about everything. And, if a child is a little older, I mean, it's very normal. It's very normal for a 3-year-old to wet their clothes. It's very normal for a 3-year-old to wet the bed or have accidents while they're playing. I mean, the thing is, you never know. At the age of 3, sometimes you don't know if there is, maybe another underlying issue. It's always good to get your child checked out if you feel concerned. you know. And I don't know, because I don't know these people, and I'm not, I'm not around them. I don't know anything. All I know is what I'm reading from this report. All I do know is that this woman killed her little girl because the little girl had an accident, and like I said, it's normal for a young child to do that. And if a child is older and is still wetting the bed, did y'all know that bedwetting can be hereditary? Bedwetting can be caused from trauma, and I mean like any type of trauma. Sexual abuse, where a child has been traumatized from, watching someone get a maybe domestic abuse. The child could be traumatized from them getting abused, from emotional abuse. Any type of traumatization can cause bedwetting at any age, okay? So, and not just that. I mean, that maybe, if a child is older and wetting the bed, it could be, maybe they have, some sort of delay. They could be autistic. And I'm not saying anything bad about anybody. Everyone knows I have an autistic child. I really want to think that my youngest one is autistic too. But however, it hasn't been a serious issue with academics, or anything of that nature, but I'm more than positive he is, so I have one, possibly two autistic children, and this is why it really bothers me, because kids have accidents, man. I don't care what the mental state is. Human people of all ages have some sort of accident, whether it's an accident like this in your pants, or you knock something over and break it on accident. No, people aren't doing these things intentional, and it really boils my blood to see that this woman has killed her 3-year-old child. Did she do the other kids like this? Beat the crap out of them and hit them in the head and stuff because they pee in their clothes? It just makes me so sad for this baby. And that's what she is. A 3-year-old is still a baby. That this 3-year-old baby got beat and hit in her head. Oh, no child should know what it's like to be hit in the head by a parent. Okay? None. No kid. Especially not a 3-year-old. And it just makes me so sad, because all I can think about is, this poor little girl. I mean, it breaks my heart, y'all. Like, it just makes me wonder what was going through this baby's mind at this moment in time. What was going through her head? She has an accident and her mom beats her in the head. Just imagine just that. How broken the child must feel. But then to have some sort of trauma, to make the child go unconscious. Like that poor baby, if what this woman is telling us is true, that poor little girl crawled into bed and covered up with a blanket and sat there and died. And this sick woman right here, that makes it even worse. She's more worried about herself. That's why she panicked. Because she knew that what she did caused that baby to stop breathing. So she didn't care about whatever. That's why she panicked. She was worrying about herself, being selfish. Oh, wow, I did this. Let me go ahead and try to hide her. How can you do that to your own kid? Somebody needs to beat this woman in the head, because obviously her sense, she don't have all her senses. I just wanted to show this to y'all, because it really, really, really touched me on, and it struck a nerve on a whole nother level for me. So I wanted to show this to y'all, because this is so sad. And I pray for the baby siblings or whoever those children were that were there. I'm assuming that was her kids. I don't know. But if they were her children, I pray for them. The fact that, they had to lose their sibling, and I pray for all the other family members that actually loved and cared for this 3-year-old baby. This is so heartbreaking. It's sad when any parent kills their child like this. But this right here, there's never a reason, there's never a valid reason to kill your child, but, the quote unquote reason, as to why she even hit this child is just disgusting. Like, I just can't even believe it. So, I don't know. I just wanted to show y'all this, and y'all leave y'all's comments and feedback below. If y'all want to send me anything, you can do so on my email, or you can add me on Facebook and send whatever you'd like through there. If y'all have not subscribed to my other channel, please do so now. Click on the link, subscribe, and don't forget to hit the notification bell. Till the next time, I love y'all, and have a great day.